It is Thursday, September 15th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
We are back. 3 game picks, or actually 2 game picks, 1 no one for sitting in 1 parlay today, coming right up.
As always, guys, just do us a favor. Go down and hit that subscribe button if you already aren't subbed to our channel. Really helps Austin and I grow this channel, and you won't want to miss out on all the content we got coming this way.
Agreed, Logan. Let's recap yesterday. Another weird day, a 1-2 day overall on our picks, but our parlay of the day smacks for a second straight day. We obviously do those parlays at the end of the video, and they're on OddsJam. The link's in the description. Twins, first 5 run line. You have to sweat that one. They scored 3 in the first, and they rode that out. A's Rangers under 8.5. Didn't have to sweat that one either, as that one was ruined pretty early. And then Phillies Marlins, no one first inning was a sweaty one. There was 5 base runners, and we ended up losing that one in the bottom of the first, 1 out, and naturally, or with 2 outs, and naturally, we gave out a couple leans, and naturally those leans hit, but then our regular one that we count toward the record didn't hit. So this is normally the nature of it. We're just going to keep getting back into it. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, like Logan said, we have a bunch of fun content already on the channel. College football week 3 best bets live, NFL week 2 best bets is live, and Chiefs Chargers, which is the Thursday night football game tonight, is already live. All those videos will be linked at the end of the video, and they'll be linked probably in the pinned comment section down below. We also have a couple new All-Stars. I got to shout these people out: Jarrett, Steven, Jason, Katie, and Kyrie, Corey, and Harsha. Thank you guys all so much for supporting the channel. We really can't do it without you guys. You guys make us want to get up in the morning every single day. Despite having a couple two straight losing days, we're going to get back into it. We had a great run. We're going to start that run. We're going to get back to the winning column today. Logan, what's your pick today?
Yeah, we're going. This is the ultimate scene of the crime pick, right? You mentioned the A's hurt me good yesterday. Good for them, right? We're going to the A's versus Astros, and I'm taking the Athletics team total under 2.5 total runs. -110 odds on DraftKings is your best value here. Look, as Austin's showing here, right here, you can see the A's team total set to 2.5. Not a whole lot of books have it. If it goes to 3, yeah, again, I would take it at 3. I don't see it going down to 2. They wouldn't be that disrespectful, but this is sort of a disrespectful line. I won't be a day early on this one. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, in baseball, whenever you get into a losing funk, you're always a day early. Look at my picks. A couple days ago, I picked Diamondbacks +1.5. Well, they won outright yesterday. I was a day early on that one. The A's are probably going to get shut out today, and I won't be a day early on it, right? The A's have scored 8, 7, and 10 runs in their last 3 games. Incredible, right? Hats off to a terrible offense scoring a whole lot of runs, right? But this is, as I mentioned, the books are finally expecting the regression comes today against Lance McCullers Jr., right? They normally don't set a line to 2.5, with a red hot offense, right? Because this offense can be classified as red hot, right? So when is the regression coming against McCullers Jr.? Absolutely. McCullers has already faced them. He went 6 innings pitched, 0 runs versus the A's already back in August. Final score of that game, 8-0 Astros won. So the Astros did end up shutting out the A's. I would absolutely love a duplicate performance of that today. Now, McCullers Jr., also look at his ERA, a 1 ERA and a 1 WHIP at home in 3 games this year. So, limited sample size for Lance McCullers Jr. coming back from injury, but he was one of my favorite pitchers to back last year when he was healthy. And here he is once again for us in this one, rocking the 1 ERA and 1 WHIP. Oakland is hitting .304 in their last 3 games. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not sustainable, right? If the books thought they were going to continue to hit 300, I just don't think they set this line at 2.5. Honestly, I don't, right? And what do I mean by regressing back to the normal? Well, the normal for Oakland is 23rd in OPS and 23rd in batting average on the road for the year. So if you continue to look at the numbers and you're just like, guys, those have to come down eventually, right? And I think it does come today. I want to time it up with the A's finally hitting the wall. That will be McCullers Jr. for us, hopefully today. Now, Oakland, 22nd in strikeouts on the road. Lance McCullers Jr.'s strikeout line set to 6.5, right? If you look at his last 2 starts, he's really been dialed in the K department, right? 6 and 7 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. So the books are expecting some good things today. I would absolutely love if he was dealing, able to strike out the side. That would be best case scenario for us today. And even when he comes out, Houston's bullpen, first in bullpen ERA, they should be able to hold it down late. Fingers crossed that they don't give any garbage runs in the bullpen portion of this game. And we should be really solid on this one. Look, A's, it's personal now, all right? You didn't piss me off. So I'm taking your team total under, and that's going to be my pick today. But Austin, what do you got for us?
Logan, you are retired from A's picks if that does not hit. You'll have to see them in 2023 as they will not be making the postseason. But for my pick, I'll be going to the Rays and Blue Jays game, and I'll be taking the Rays first 5 run line in this one. My slide is not updated, but it is plus 0.5, and we're taking it minus 125 on BetMGM. Now, when we take this Rays team, I mean, I'll pull up OddsJam and show you exactly the lines. We're taking the Rays run line, so the plus a half, they can either tie or win this outright, and we cash our bet. Every other book right around the same odds. Now, let's talk about why we like this one. McClanahan making his first start back from shoulder, I believe a shoulder impingement issue, should be ready to go. He's only missed, I think 1 start. I think his last start was like August 31st or something like that. And Shane this year have been pretty dialed in, 2.20 ERA, 0.86 whip. And versus Toronto, only 1 start, but a 1.29 ERA, and a 0.57 whip. I believe he had 10 Ks in that game. So he pitched pretty well versus them, and I think he can do that again today. Now, the Blue Jays are hitting 243 versus lefties over the last 20 games, and that is what Shane McClanahan is. He is a lefty. And we've seen this Blue Jays offense go hot and cold pretty frequently. And I'm hoping they're pretty cold today because they will be starting Kevin Gausman. And it's not really a surprise to see the Blue Jays favored in this one. You'd argue the Blue Jays probably have the better bat. Well, my internet went out for a second, but Gausman, it's not surprising to see Gausman in the Blue Jays favored a little bit here. I mean, Gausman, the books aren't sure what exactly Shane McClanahan will come out looking like, and Gausman's pitched pretty well for the Blue Jays this year. I mean, 3.31 ERA, a 1.25 whip. He's been good. But Gausman at home, not been all that great. 4.48 ERA, a 1.49 whip, and a 317 batting average allowed. Now you look at Gausman, he pitched a gem versus Tampa back in August. Granted, this was at Tampa, not at home. Now he had 8 innings pitched, only 1 hit allowed, and he had 10 Ks. So you look at Gausman, K prop sitting at 5.5. He's easily hit this in 4 straight games, had 10 versus this Rays team. So you'd think an easy ladder. I don't know if they're giving out free money on K-props this late in the season. So maybe the Rays aren't striking out, and Gausman hasn't been great as of late. 2+ earned runs in 4 straight starts. If the Rays can get 2 runs in this first 5 innings, I think that's good enough for McClanahan to hold it down. It's also worth noting this Rays team is one that's fighting for playoff contention. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games, including, they've had a 5-game series versus the Blue Jays, and they've lost 3 of those 4 games so far. I don't think they want to lose 4 or 5, so I think you'll see the Rays, if they get on base, try to steal bases, try to steal runs. And this is a team that, the Rays have a lot of fast guys. They can go out there and steal bases, try to manufacture runs. We see those great teams. That's exactly what the Astros do. They're always, even if they're not having a good game, they get Altuve on, they let him steal, then he gets to second base, then all it takes is 1 hit, maybe a bunt, a sac fly. That's what the Rays team is capable of doing. So I really do like the Rays first 5, minus 125. Minus 125 on BetMGM. I think they have a good chance. Like I said, this can either not only cash with just a tie at the end of the first 5 innings, or maybe the Rays are leading after 5 and that cashes as well. I think they got a good chance. And now I wanted to give you guys a lean. Yesterday I said Tigers plus 2.5, which was my team total, which was my parlay leg. I do like the Royals team total over 3.5. The problem is the Royals have been booty. They've been booty over the last couple of days. They have really struggled, and they actually do have like a historical, struggle rate at Minnesota. So I didn't take it. It was a lean that I really did consider. I think they have a good chance of getting it done against Dylan Bundy. I also looked towards the over in that 8.5 in that Royals Twins game. Just didn't want to bet on it, but I do think it's a pretty good look if you want to take a stab at it. We know this is not a great slate in the MLB. They know Thursday Night Football is going to take a lot of the popular views away from it, so they're putting out a bad lineup. But I think the Royals team total is good, but I like Rays first 5 a little bit more. But what I like even more is NRFI Nation, because we need that rock music, because we've suffered a couple bad beats in a row, and we won't tolerate that. We won't tolerate it. We're flying these flags today, and you best believe we're doing it. Now, there's a couple of Nerfies you can go to. That's Shane McClanahan and Kevin Gausman. That's a Yerfie. I'm just hoping it's the Rays that are scoring. You can't, that's just what happens. But we'll be going to an interesting one. I don't think a lot of people will be betting on this one, because we'll be going to White Sox Guardians, the earliest game on the slate, minus 108 on FanDuel for the odds for this one. We're taking the no-run first innings. All we need is 6 quick and easy outs. There's a couple books more juiced. FanDuel giving us a decent line. Now, let's talk about Hunter Gaddis. There's a couple people that have not allowed a run in the first inning this year. You think about runs. You can Contreras from the Pirates, think about Jacob Junis from the Giants, and Mr. Hunter Gaddis 1-0 on NRFI Nation this year. Look at him. He's dialed in. And now a lot of people aren't going to be betting this because he's got a 21 ERA. And I understand that. But, we got through the first 3 batters in his last start, and I think he can do it today. We know the White Sox, he's not a lefty, which is good. We know the White Sox crush lefties. And, White Sox just 19th in first inning runs. So despite them, they have the firepower to put up, 8 runs in an inning, but I don't think they're going to do it in the first inning. So Gaddis, we need you to improve to 2-0 on no-run first innings, and I think he can do just that. Logan, who's pitching for the Sox today?
Yeah, we got Lance Lynn going for us, right? Lance Lynn, 12-5 on Nerfies. And if you pull how he's done versus Cleveland specifically, he's 2-1 versus Cleveland. So, you like to see that. His one loss, versus Cleveland, I think he gave up like 5 runs in the first inning. That was back when Lance Lynn was coming back from injury and he was struggling really, really hard. So as of late, Lance Lynn has been more, what we say, dialed in. He's been more dialed in the first inning. Last time we actually backed Lance Lynn too, he gave us a Nerfy. So he's hopefully an ally of Nerfy Nation today, because the bottom half of the first is always the sweatiest. Cleveland 11th in first inning runs. We've got some talented bats, up there for sure. There will be runners on base. There'll probably be a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. So the question is, can Lance Lynn get him out? Hopefully, Lance Lynn does have a lot of put away pitches, which you do need in the first inning, just when you need that last out. The over under set to 8 in this one, right in the comfortable range we like to pick it. We're going with the early one on this one. Hopefully we can start the day 1-0. That would be a great sign of things to come for us today.
100%. We need to start that one. So there's a couple others you could look at. Like, I didn't hate the Athletics one, Astros, but we hate taking Altuve Nerfies. He always gets on base and is meeping around all the bases. We just can't do that. And McClanahan is always involved in yes run first inning. So hopefully it's the Rays that are scoring for us, not the Blue Jays, and give us a little bit of a hole for the Rays to dig out of. But we really like that one. Now moving to the parlay of the day. Smack 2 days in a row. Why not go for 3? Now this one is going to be a chalky one because the slate's not good. But Cardinals, Mets, both on the run line, -1.5. The Cardinals are taking on the Reds. Mets are taking on Brubaker and the Pirates. Look, we know it's chalky. We think a lot of people aren't going to be betting baseball today for obvious reasons. So naturally, all the big favorites will hit. Mets have been absolutely just selling the job. I mean, David Peterson gave up 6 runs in the first inning, and that one, if you bet on the Mets yesterday, you just said, thanks for playing, because they had no chance. But we think they got a good chance of getting it done. You can obviously read our write-up on OddsJam. So definitely check that out. Check out all the 3 videos popping up on the screen. You definitely want to check those out. We got a bunch of best bets and stuff coming for the rest of the week. We appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you guys back again tomorrow, hopefully with another parlay cash, hopefully with a 3-0 sweep, and we'll see you guys then.